Once you have your music set and your surroundings set and your space feels sacred and comfortable and conducive to relaxation, start to settle yourself onto your back, making yourself comfortable. And then taking any movement, make any shifts, anything that will offer you more relaxation, more comfort, more support. Arms and hands, wherever you think that they are most supportive this evening, where they'll best serve you. Starting to drop into your breath. And as you do, there's no right or wrong way now to breathe. So when I prompt you throughout the practice to breathe, if it's specific, I'll say so. If not, then it's what feels right for you. So right now, as you're dropping into your breath, noticing if you can benefit from some cleansing breaths, lighting a Palo Santo incense cone. Just to help to invite in what will best serve you and to allow the smoke to take away what is not needed, what is not in service to you. Starting off with what's known as a progressive muscle relaxation technique. And it's a beautiful way to help reduce stress and anxiety in your body. And we do so by slowly tensing up parts of the body and then relaxing those parts, and specifically muscles. And it can provide an immediate release, an immediate release of or feeling of relaxation. So it's a good way to prepare for bed, because the feeling of relaxation is pretty instant once you release that tension. And the idea of this is that over time, you are just aware of where you hold this tension in your body, and you can relax it throughout the day or through the night without going through it with guidance. And even so, guidance, there's nothing wrong with it. You just want to be aware, though, if we're holding tension and during the day and it becomes a strain, and then a strain becomes extreme discomfort, and then that becomes injury. So by doing this, we are reducing the risk of any injuries. And if anything is hurting this evening, and I'm asking you to tense that part of the body up, or if you notice when you tense it up that it hurts, then please don't do it. Again, we don't want strain. We want to create the tension, but we want to feel that relaxation when we let the muscle go. So I invite you to pay special attention to the feeling when you release the tension and the resulting feeling of relaxation. We shall begin. Begin now by taking a deep breath and notice the feeling of air filling up your lungs. Hold that breath for a few seconds. And then release the breath slowly, allowing this overall feeling of tension in general from full body to be released. Taking in another deep breath, hold it, and again, slowly release the exhale. And the slowest yet, take another breath, fill up your lungs, hold the air, and when you release the breath, imagine the feeling of tension leaving the body. Begin to draw your awareness to your feet. And you will intentionally tense up your feet by curling your toes and the arch of the foot. And that's both feet. And holding on to this tension, so you are really trying to curl the toes in. You're holding. We're holding about 5 seconds. Again, not to the point of strain, just to feel the tension. And then release. And notice what it feels like to release that tension. The new feeling of relaxation taking the place of tension. Begin to focus on your lower legs as you intentionally tense the muscles in your calves. Hold them tightly and pay attention to the feeling of tension in your lower legs. Focusing on that tension. And then letting it all go, letting the lower legs be heavy and limp as you release the tension from the lower legs. And again, notice the feeling of relaxation. Remembering not to hold the breath. So being aware that while you're holding this tension, you're still focusing or still taking deep breaths. Next, tense the muscles of your upper legs and pelvis. And you can do this by tightly squeezing the thighs together. Doing it to the point where you feel tension, not strain. Continuing to draw the inner thighs in towards one another, noticing that tension is not comfortable and what it could do over time if you are constantly in this state. And then release. Let everything release and let go, releasing the muscles. Feel the tension leaving your muscles. Feeling the relaxation that is taking place and is taking place in your upper legs and pelvis. Begin to tense your stomach and chest. And you could do this by sucking your stomach in and squeezing, holding the tension as you suck the stomach in and even lifting it up towards the ribs. And keep drawing your stomach in a little bit longer. And then let the belly fill up again with fresh air as you release, allowing the body to go limp. And let yourself notice the feeling of relaxation. Still breathing deeply, noticing the air fill your lungs. Hold that inhale and release the air slowly as you feel it leaving your lungs. Moving to the back side of the body. As you start to tense the muscles in your back by bringing your shoulders together and behind you. So you're tensing up the shoulders and the upper back, drawing the shoulder blades towards one another. Holding them tightly, tensing them as hard as you can without straining, and keep holding. And then letting it go. Notice the relaxation that has taken its place. Moving now to your arms. So from your hands to the shoulders, making a fist and squeezing all the way up the arm. Holding it, fists in both hands, squeezing all the way up to your arm. Maybe even the arms are shaking. You can lift them up if you'd like off of the earth. Holding that tension. And then resolving to let it go as you release the tension from your arms and shoulders. Let the hands be limp. Let the shoulders rest heavy on the earth. Let the arms rest heavy on the earth. Feeling the arms and shoulders at ease. Moving up to your neck and your head. Tense your face and your neck by distorting the muscles around your eyes and mouth. So as you tense all of that, trying to also create this tension in the neck, again without strain. And you're maybe drawing everything in towards one another, squeezing the muscles of the face together, squeezing the muscles of the neck. And releasing. And again, noticing this new feeling of relaxation in your neck and your facial muscles. Finally, tensing up your entire body, your feet, legs, stomach, chest, arms, head, and neck. So squeezing everything, making those fists, curling the toes in, drawing the belly in, squeezing the face, squeezing and tensing anything that you possibly can. Tensing it harder without straining, holding. And then a full release as your body goes limp, paying attention to the feeling of relaxation and how different, how opposite it is from the feeling of tension. Doing a gentle scan of your body from the toes to the crown of your head as you notice everything now limp and loose, relaxed and soft. Making any adjustments to your body if needed, and continuing to allow your body to melt into the floor, to be heavy, to be supported. Bring your attention gently into the body and then to the flowing of the breath. Experiencing the sense of your body as a whole. Simply lying here, extended and breathing. When you feel ready, direct your attention to your mind's eye, your third eye space, and bring up an image of a lake. Perhaps it's a lake that you know well, or you've been to, or you've seen in a photograph, or maybe it's just an imaginary lake, something that has popped up in the mind's eye. And seeing if you could bring that image into a more vivid focus. As far as the color of the lake or colors, the size, the texture of the water, the surroundings of the lake. Noticing how this lake is an extended body of water held in a depression in the earth's surface. And perhaps it's being fed by a spring or a stream or a brook. If you can watch and observe the lake carefully, you'll notice that it's always changing. And yet, it's also always itself. It changes as the sun moves across the sky. The light is reflected off the water in different ways. It changes depending on the weather. Sometimes, on very calm days, the surface might be like glass and reflect virtually everything with great precision that comes by. Clouds, birds, trees that might surround the lake. The sun as it makes its journey across the sky. The moon and the stars at night. There are times when the lake is extremely reflective and contains, in a certain way, everything that comes by or over it. In different periods of time, the surface of the lake might be choppy or roiled, and sometimes quite pronounced in the waves, in which times the light might sparkle off the waves in different ways, like a myriad of jewels. Of course, the lake changes through the seasons. In the winter, depending on its location, it might actually be frozen over, at least on the surface. Through day and night, and through the seasons, and through the years, the lake is constantly changing, but always is its own essential nature. Let's see if you can invite the lake to become coextensive with your own body, lying there so that your body becomes the lake itself. Feeling held and embraced as you lie here, aware of the many ways in which your own mind is like the surface of the lake. Sometimes highly reflective, sometimes choppy. Getting in touch with the sense of the entirety of the lake, the full body of water, not only in the surface, but down below. As you lie here, experiencing the fullness of your own being, so that even at times when our mind is choppy and upset or reactive, or dealing with difficult things, you can drop down beneath the surface of your own mind's waves and find a stillness, a calmness that is always here and always available with each moment, with each breath, and certainly when you come to lie down in this way. Lying here under the canopy of your vast awareness, experiencing the moment to moment changes in the body and sensations, thoughts, feelings, impulses, sounds, and all the while, just like the lake, simply lying here watching the play of the weather, of the seasons in the mind and body. Allowing this awareness to hold it all, moment by moment, breath by breath, in your own fullness, in your own completeness, moment by moment, breath by breath. Coming back to your breath. And just being aware of the rise and fall of your breath. Beginning to become aware of the space that you are in now, coming back to the room that you're in, to what is below you, above you, to your left, to your right, all around you. And in your own time, when you are ready, bringing gentle movement back into your body.